Hello guys, Pedro here, just coming back for the next video. Sorry I took it so long to record this, but well, I'll get it. Let's just dive into it. Today I'm not gonna try. Well, we haven't done much in the first video. I tried to cover the basic stuff, and I will just progress a little more, but not much. So let's do it. At first, let's create a new project, and this I'm gonna call fundamentals again, but fundamentals maybe that's 02. And as you know, let's just keep this as it is and finish. All right, Android Studio has created a new project for us, and I'm gonna delete anything or everything that I don't need for now. And we start from the beginning. Okay, so delete those guys here. That's it. And I'm gonna add again the annotation for the preview. There's an error here, and that's because it's waiting for a parameter, and preview will not work if it's waiting for a parameter. I don't need to understand too much about this, but just remove it for now. Let's change it. This name from greeting to, I don't know, main screen. That's fine. Let's already add here in our main activity calling that function. So main screen. Awesome. Cool. What we're gonna do is actually something very simple. I just want to show a little more information for you guys. All right, team. So basically what we are going to do is this. It's quite simple. Just 3 words aligned in the center in a kind of descent way. And well, to do this, we will basically use a box. It's a box layout. And inside this box, we are adding those 3 words. And I'm going to show you how to align the words using modifiers. Okay. So let's start. Okay, first thing we need is a box, which is a kind of frame or layout where we can add stuff inside, and we can change background, we can change the size of it, we can change the position of it. To do those things, we need to use a modifier. But before, if you hold Control and put above the element, the cursor above the element, you'll see some, let's say, the parameters that you can use to change the box, let's say. And the first one is the modifiers. Modifiers are the most essential things, I guess, for a composable. To change a composable, we can change the color, we can change the size, we can change the behavior of like a animation. So we will need to use that thing. Let's then just type here modifier. And then modifier. And for this first box, we're gonna use the fill max size. Pretty much, this box is gonna be the layout, the back layout of our screen. Let's see. There we go. So now we can see the shape of our screen. However, there's no color on it. So let's also add a color. So to do it in a better way, let's just put this guy down here, and we can use another one here. So we can add many modifiers to this, let's say, to this parameter that we are sending to our box to compose our box, okay? So my modifier is equal to all the modifiers that I will add here. And now I want a background. I want a background. And we can do color. And I want a white color. Simple. Let's make it simple. There we go. Let's change here. Update here. There we go. Perfect. So now we will need another box inside. where we are gonna add our 3 words. Okay, so let's create a box inside the curly brackets. Another box. And let's already add our text so we can start to see things happening, see how things are changing step by step. Okay, so let's add text, and let's add the first word. I'm gonna add another one. Just gonna be R. Oh gosh. And another one. Okay. If we update here, pressing Ctrl Shift F5, what we have? There we go. So basically our box is here. We didn't add a size for it, so it's gonna basically get the size of its child. So the box is around, it's around those elements here, and each element was one above the other, and that's the normal behavior, the default behaviors. If you don't change it, that's how it, it's gonna be. We will need to add a modifier here. But this time we can use the fill max width and the fill max height. Actually, I forgot to mention, but that's because it's kind of self-explanatory. There's one here. It's pretty much this box will fill the max size possible to it. So the whole the size of the screen. In this case here, though, we want a box about that size here. So what we could do is use the fill max width. However, send a parameter to it. See, if I hold Control, it shows me that I can send a fraction of the kind of float. So that's what we're gonna do here. We are gonna place, let's say, 0.5 float, which means half of the max size. Okay. Same thing for the height. In fact, let's put height like this, and maybe width we could have 0.8, so it can, have more of the size here. Let's see how it goes, and then we change. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, nothing happened. But if you go over here, if you put your cursor above, you can see that now we can see the box that we just made a change. But it's still on the, in the left top side. And that's, again, the default behavior. Unless we change it, nothing's gonna happen. So we can add another modifier here. I'm actually going to add it first, which is called align. And I'm gonna type center, which will give me this path here, alignment.center, and that will finally add our box into the center of the screen. Ooh, what's that? Let's try again. Oh, there's an error here. Probably I added by mistake. I don't know. Let's just delete this, and it should be fine. There we go. It's rendering. Perfect. See? So again, our box is in the middle. It's perfect. However, all the elements are still in the top left corner. I wanna reduce this height here. Now that we have already built the preview with those parameters added,
we can actually change those values, and we can see the changes happening at the same time. At the same time, yeah. So let's just reduce a little the height so it can, be a little closer, the words. One thing to have in mind is, even though it's changing the result, it's not changing what it's showing for us as the current layout of that box. And so that's not true. The result is true. So we change here, the box change, but this frame that's showing to us is not updated. To update, we have to press again, Control Shift F5. Let's do it again, just to confirm if I'm talking bullshit or not. There we go, see? So that's the best way to see exactly what's going on. Okay, that looks great. Now we have to move those words, one to be where it is right now, the other one is going to be in the middle, and the other one is going to be in the end. To do this, we also use modifiers. So after, let's press Control again, hold above, and we can see that the first parameter is text, the next one will be modifier. So let's put it after this parameter here, which is the text one. So I'll put comma, and I put modifier is equal modifier, and I press enter, and I will add here to this modifier. In fact, let me just adjust this. Let's put this parameter under here. Here is already giving, Android Studio already giving me that this is the parameter text, but because we are adding, and to make it like more clear, I will actually define myself that this is the text one. See? Nice. So now I can do like this. Perfect. Modifier. Then we want to change where the text is going to be displayed. In fact, the first word we didn't have to change because it's exactly where it was supposed to be. But just as a matter of showing clear what we are doing, I'm gonna do it as so. Let's use the align again, and I will add, and I will define to be on the top start. Okay. And then I can actually copy this and paste here and also here. And then we just need to change the alignment. So the second word will be in the center, and the last one will be in the bottom end of our box. Bottom end. Awesome. Let's refresh it. Quite easy. Let's reduce a little bit of the widgets. Let's put like, I don't know, 6. Fine, great. Reduce a little bit more here, maybe 2. Great. It's quite small here, the letter, so let's add another modifier to each one of the text elements. Let's put a font size. Gosh, what was it? Oh yeah, of course. Sorry. In this case, we don't need to use a modifier because the text has already a parameter for the size of, the font size. So see, text, modifier, color, and then font size. I can just skip color, and I have to put a comma here, just to clarify for everybody. See, this is a parameter, so it's after a comma, and this is the first parameter, so that's why I need to put another comma here, and now I can add another parameter, which will be font size. Cool. Font size, let's, I don't know, 30.sp. SP stands for scale independent pixels, and we could instead use DP, which is density independent pixels. The difference is basically that for letters we should use SP, just because that will be affected by the settings of the user. So if the user for some reason wants a bigger or needs a bigger font on his phone, his preference will actually affect this the size of our app as well, the size of the font of our app. So we want to use SP for texts. Okay, so let's use SP here, and also I will copy and just paste for the others to be the same. See one thing, it's not changing out there, right? And that's because it's a new parameter that I'm adding, so it's not gonna change if I not build it again. But now that I have done it, I can actually change and see. You can see the change at the same time. Great. Just one thing that I want to add is why we have created this box here. Of course, we will also create it and define a background, but why we didn't just create this box, align it in the center, you know, and that's done. Especially because as a default, even though here it wasn't showing white, if we run the emulator, it will be white even though I don't define a background. So why we create this box? That's the thing is, we only were able to use this composable align in the box because this box was a child of another box. If I, for any chance, just remove this box, you see, you have an error here. You cannot use the align if it's not inside another box. That's how we do it. We create a box. We use a fill max size to cover the whole space of your screen. You can define a background or not. However, now the next box, I can move it, play with it. Like I can align in the center, I can align it in the bottom end. So it's gonna be like here, and so on. Same for other elements, like we only could change the modifier align of the text because this text was inside a box, okay? And that's it. I think we are pretty much done here. Next video, we can move forward a little bit more. Just so you can fix this on your mind, I would suggest you, if you can play a little with those. So try moving how to the end of this line, and you to the beginning of this one. We could also change the colors. To remember, we have a parameter on the text. Oh, sorry, here. Let's go. Yeah, here. Color, which we have skipped. So you would have to add this parameter. So do it. Change the color, each one with a different color. And maybe we can also add another box with 3 words in the top, and another box in the bottom here. And you can play with the alignments as well, just so you can fix those concepts on your mind, and we can move on the next video. Okay, thank you guys. I hope you have enjoyed it, and see you next.